1,000 to 1, making it effectively worthless. This comes despite the country's central bank passing measures aimed at cooling demand for foreign currency from savers worried about inflation and the country's economic prospects. But with stalled nuclear talks with global powers and mounting sanctions, Iran's economic future has many Iranians worried.
Despite a slight drop in their intensity, some Iranian cities saw renewed anti-regime protests over the weekend. In the southeastern city of Zehdan, hundreds of demonstrators were seen chanting against the government crackdown. This video purported to show security forces beating a Sunni man trying to enter a mosque in the city. Weighed by the unrest and increased isolation under mounting Western sanctions, Iran's currency continued its nosedive to hit new lows against the US dollar. On Sunday, the Rial was trading at over 600,000 on the unofficial free market against the dollar, a loss of 20% of its value in just 6 days. Since nationwide protests began in September, the Rial has lost nearly 45% of its value, and Iran's president knows exactly who's to blame.
As you know, and every country knows, the sanctions have hurt the ordinary people the most. They claim that their sanctions only target the Iranian government, but it is the people that have suffered. The United States attempts to take its revenge on the Iranian people because the Iranians have caused America to taste the bitterness of defeat in the past 44 years.
With annual inflation running at more than 50%, Iranians have been trying to protect their savings by buying foreign currency or gold. In response, authorities have begun fortifying banks with protective barriers in anticipation of continued protests. And on social media, Iranians are again showing this video by Iran's Vice President for Economic Affairs and former IRGC commander promising to save the currency.
One of my concerns is to bring the national currency's value back on track to become one of the strongest in the region after the US dollar and the euro. I have a PhD in economics and my dissertation focused on currency and credit. I passed with an A+ score.
In an attempt to cool demand for foreign currency, Iran's central bank lifted on Saturday a ban on private exchange shops selling hard currencies. But with Iran's national security chief warning of looming food shortages and higher prices, the country's economic prospects are only worsening.